I was quick, but I was just never big enough to be able to go to the next level.
Yeah.
And obviously went to study. My dad said to me that I had to be like my brother. My dad is a headmaster. My brother is an electrical engineer.
Yeah.
So I got into town planning and property development.
Okay.
So be the academic like their parents want you to be. And next thing you know, I'm coaching part-time, I'm studying full-time. This ex-girlfriend of mine says, enter this competition, give it a try, see what happens.
Yeah.
I do it as a day. Next day, I'm getting a phone call. I'm watching a movie. I think it was an Adam Sandler movie. I'm trying to remember the title.
Yeah.
But I'm watching this movie. I get a phone call. This man says, listen, can you come to Joburg? You've made the top 10.
Okay.
I'm like, sorry, what? You made the top 10 of this underwear competition, so...
And it's a Calvin Klein, like...
Would you like to be
Mark
a
Wahlberg
Calvin Klein
famous.
underwear model, basically, is what he's asking me. Yo, man, I got time to kill. Sure, when is it? It's on Friday. Yeah, this Friday I'm actually writing one of 2 exams for geography. And if I miss this one, I have to get 100% for the next one. So what are you going to do, yes or no?
How old are you? Where are you, at university
At
or
this
school?
point, I'm in varsity now. I'm in
Okay.
varsity, I'm doing my final year. I am 20.
Yeah.
I had to choose between missing an exam and giving this thing a try, a 1 in 10 chance of making it, or just stay in school and follow the course that your father sets for you.
Okay, so obviously...
I got on the plane. I even lied to my mom. I said I'm just going to Joburg for a Calvin Klein thing. I didn't say it's for underwear. And
Okay.
she found out that Sunday when it came out in the papers that I'd won.
Really?
Yeah.
What happened to your geography results? Did you get 100%
I had to go
for the
back
next?
for the next one. I got 100%.
Did you really
I
get
got
100%? Yes.
It is the weirdest thing. It's the.
Wow.
It was probably the one course that I knew back to front because I did geography in high school and I just knew pretty much everything about it. So
Isn't
the fact
that
that that
funny?
happened in that
Yeah.
order and just serendipitous, I guess.
It's amazing how sometimes things work in your favor when they're meant to be.
I always say that when it's meant to be and no one
Yeah.
can deny it.
But now your father wasn't really very supportive of it. Like, in fact, he kind of, not cut you off, but he kind of washed his hands off your decision.
For my father, it's very simple. It's his house,
Yeah.
it's his rules. And if you want to live your own life and set your own course, then do it at your own place. So even after that, and I wanted to get into TV, he said to me, cool, go do it with your own money. So you can go.
Yeah.
The best thing he ever
That's
did
fair.
for me was buy me that bus ticket.
Yeah.
And that was that. Till today, though, I'm not sure how he feels about me being in entertainment because
Yeah.
he said that there's no money in it.
But you know why I love that story? Because
Yeah.
when I got a job on Good Hope FM when I was 18, and my father said to me, "No, you're a young girl. You're not leaving my house." And I did.
Because it doesn't make sense.
And without his blessing.
It
and
doesn't
was
make sense
quite-
for them. For them,
Yeah.
if you're working at a 9 to 5, it's security and you're able to pay your bills and whatnot. But the truth is, you're going to go every single weekday to an office where you're going to do something you don't like doing.
Yeah.
There's nothing more miserable than that for me.
Exactly. But listen, I mean, my career's been amazing, as is yours, but it's not always easy.
Yeah.
So, I mean, was it quite seamless for you? Did you just go from one audition to the next and get every job you wanted?
The
or
weird
were there
thing,
times
yeah.
that you thought, oh,
The
I'm going to
weird thing
need to
is-
get another job to afford my bills?
Yeah, the weird thing is, like you said earlier on, that when it's supposed to happen, everything kind of falls in your favor.
Yeah.
I got to Joburg, I really did not have a plan.
Yeah.
And I went to a modeling agency and I did my thing. I did 2 auditions. That day, I got casted for the second one.
No.
Yeah.
Amazing.
So I got a pretty nifty check for
Yeah.
about a good 6 months.
Okay, well, that's
So I was
fabulous.
covered,
Yeah.
and then from then onwards, I was auditioning for everything. If people actually knew how many no's I have received in my life, you would lose your mind. They are, whew.
Huge.
I think there was a period of about 2 years where no one was hiring me.
Why?
I have no idea. And I always thought to myself, maybe I'm not good enough. And because you're in this industry, you always feel as if rejection means that it's you who's not good enough. And the truth is, no, maybe the project just isn't for you. And when I look back at that, I see these shows on TV and I see all these adverts and I think to myself, thank you. Thank you, I
That
didn't
you
get
didn't
it
do
because
it.
it wasn't for me.
Yeah. What's been your favorite gig that you've worked on?
Oh,
Other than, I mean, Calvin Klein was
Yeah.
my favorite of yours.
Calvin Klein probably is up there. I think Silima Tunes for what it did in terms of growing me as a person and more so the impact it had for the people around me.
Yeah.
Majority of my time in TV, I've enjoyed it, but then there's moments when you just think to yourself, I do not love this industry because there's a facade about it, there's a fakeness to it, and why am I still here? And the reason why I kept going was purely because of certain individuals back home. My grandparents loved that show. I grew up on that show. They grew up on that show. So any chance they got to see me on TV do what I do on their favorite show, they would lose their minds. I'd go back home, my grandmother would be bragging to her kids, her grandkids, and also people at Spar or all these other supermarkets and say, that's my grandson, that's my grandson. And for me, that just kept me going. But then you get a catch-22 where the job takes so much away from you because you're always away from your family, you're always away from people you care about.
Is that why you're single?
There are many reasons. There are many reasons why I'm single, but yeah, I think it's one of them. I just never have the time. But it's because I'm so focused on pursuing this dream, and I still see this as just the beginning.
Yeah, and the dream has kind of molded and shifted and taken other shapes as you've gone on with it. So I think presenting was definitely what you were certainly very good at and very focused on. But now acting seems to be the
I
lead.
think it's just a case of I was never allowed to do it.
Yeah.
I was just never allowed to take up drama in high school. Like my parents always said to me, don't do this, you're not going to get into entertainment, so study something else. So I did all the technical subjects. And when I got the opportunity to be in a field that allows you to try this out, I did a couple of cameos on different shows as myself. Then I wanted to play a character and just kind of delve into this. Once again, auditioned for many shows. The first one was a police drama. I was very fresh into the industry at that point. I wasn't sure about what I'm doing. I wasn't sure about myself. I'm still finding myself. Now I'm trying to portray someone else on TV. That kind of was an up and down battle. Got through it, gave myself a break from it and said, let me just kind of discover who Lunga is and learn more about it. So about 3 years later and a lot of teaching, I got the role that I have now, and I'm loving playing Lindani. He's a farmer, he's a very rural kid. But the one thing that he has that a lot of people kind of aspire to have is this belief that love can win any battle.
Oh, but that is the truth of life, no?
Yo, man, you can be naive enough to believe that, but yeah, but he is. Like, he really thinks that love is the answer to everything.
Oh, I hope one day you do believe that love is the answer to everything. Thank you so much for chatting to us. I'm very excited to have you in the kitchen with us the whole afternoon. Now head over to our social media platforms and add your thoughts to our fun question for the day. Which superhero or action film character would you like to see Lunga as? Tweet us at Afternoon Chat using the hashtag Afternoon Express. And Lunga joins us for the Afternoon Express cook-along after the break. Welcome back to Afternoon Express, and of course we're back in the kitchen for our fabulous Tuesday cook-along, along with our guest chef, Hope, and then of course Clem, Pedro, and then Lunga Shabalala.
Why do you say his name differently?
Because you don't really need a lot of power when you sing his voice. It's just a whisper's enough.
Okay, we'll talk in the ad break. It's fine. It's all right. It's okay.
Yeah.
Look at you.
He deserves
this.
Okay, now one thing I want to know from you.
Yes.
Do you know how to cook?
What is cooking per se by definition? Should I ask the chefs here?
Do you know how to prepare a meal?
Yeah.
I know how to fry an egg.
Okay.
I know how my microwave works. I know how my oven works when I get those pre-cooked
Okay,
meals.
so you're not cooking for a girl on a hot date, that's for sure. That I already know. Now, when it comes to over-the-top comfort food, nothing quite comes close to an epic Gatsby. You've had one of those? Now, today we are putting together one of the most popular versions of this Cape Town classic, masala steak. To get today's recipe and shopping list sent directly to your phones, just simply SMS the keyword EAT to 33650. SMSs are charged at R1.50 each, and no free SMSs apply. So, we're going to teach you what a Gatsby is.
Okay, all right.
So, it's similar to like a bunny chow and a kota.
Yeah.
Okay.
Take it away. Like, you give me the definition. While you're doing that, I'm going to do some prep real quick.
All right, cool. So a Gatsby, it's got its special role, right?
Okay.
It's big, it's long, right? And it's a Cape Town thing. It has to have that spiciness, the curry touch to it.
Let me just get you. Let me.
Yeah. Bring it here. Let them see
Oh
that
my word,
big
Clem,
guy.
you are on a roll.
All right.
And we weren't joking. It's big.
Yeah, it's
big.
big. So that's for about 2 to 3 people. Or
You know.
Yeah.
All right,
You're
so
right.
wait, is this like a bunny child that went to private school?
No, man.
Nah.
No.
There's no private schooling with the Gatsby.
This is like a meal for friends, you and your friends. You know?
Yeah.
Yeah. And it's layered. It's got layers. You can see the layers, you know?
All right.
And it's a little bit messy, but enjoyable.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay.
All right,
That's
so
a good
I
definition.
just need to know then, what's the difference between that and a kota?
Gota
Or is it
is
just a
is a loaf.
provincial thing, like Western province?
No.
Okay.
Gota is a loaf. You know that it's a half
Okay.
loaf, and then you cut it, and then you take out the middle part, and then you put the chips,
All right.
put bologna, and Russian and arch and all that stuff.
All right.
Actually, on a bunny chow, there's no arch.
No, that's not just curry, basically.
Yeah, it's curry, and then your tomatoes, your little
Yeah.
bit of lettuce there and there, and then a lot of chips.
Yes.
A lot.
Okay, a
Is
lot
the
of
roll
chips.
the only difference between a kota and a
No,
Gatsby?
even the taste.
Okay.
Even I agree with you. The textures as well. It's all
Yeah.
different. Because let me tell you what I'm busy doing right now. So masala steak, you need your steak.
Okay.
You can go out and buy the ready cut strips of steak. I think it's better to like buy your own. We've got a beautiful piece of meat right here with a bit of fat on it. We're gonna actually cut it out salts.
Okay.
So you know, on TV they say cut against the grain. We're all like, okay, cool. What does that mean?
It means when you're shaving, you see, don't shave because you get razor bumps. So use it.
Go with the grain.
Yeah, with the grain. Yeah.
That's actually a brilliant way to teach men how to do that.
Nice.
Well done.
Nice.
Look at that.
Nice.
Okay, guys.
You stole my thunder, but okay. All right, but let me show you on the meat what that means. So you can see the grains of meat right now. We've got the grains running from the bottom straight up, right?
Okay.
You can see the grain like that. If you actually stretch the meat, you can see
Yeah.
the tendons
Yes.
going from bottom to top.
Yeah.
You need to cut against that. So
All right.
we're gonna, instead of cutting with top to bottom, we're gonna turn it. Now remember the grains running from there to there.
Yeah.
We're gonna cut against it, and
All
I'll
right,
show you
so
exactly why.
perpendicular is a term you're looking for.
There
so.
we go. Yes.
Yes.
No, you got 100%.
Hey.
Okay.
How?
Yeah.
Ah, boy.
You're amazing, dude.
You have been a really, really...
Thank you, Dad. Thank you, Dad.
He tells me he can't cook, but he gets in here and he's like, just, he's got it. Okay, go.
No, but I'm agreeing with his dad. He could have been a really rich property developer
It's never too late. Yeah, never too late.
with those brains.
So let me tell you again why we actually cut against the grain.
Yeah.
Now, if you look at it, instead of those long pieces from bottom to top, we've got shorter strands of meat.
Okay.
When you bite into it, it's going to break short. Whereas if you bite into it, you're going to pull this whole piece of
So
meat out of Gatsby.
clever.
You're
You know
smart.
what?
You're smart. You should do this for a living.
I'm gonna try. I'm gonna try. So we're gonna get that going. So the idea now is we're gonna get your pan. Oh, I think my pan
Is it
is
hot
switched
enough?
off.
Oh, it's off.
Okay,
I
let's
think
put
it's
it back on.
because this point.
Oh, was it
It's
the
still heavy.
foil?
No worries.
Oh, I apologize.
No, it's all good. So we're gonna get this pan screaming hot. And while I'm doing that, hopefully chop up an onion for me.
Yeah.
The idea is that we're gonna seal the meat, right? We're gonna get a nice crust on the meat. And for that, I need the pan to be. See, right now it would have been like but it's fine. It's gonna get there.
So here's a question as well.
Yeah.
While he's chopping, how do you chop an onion and not have your eyes watering?
Sharp knife. You need to have a sharp knife because if you have a blunt knife, then you start getting those vapors from the onion. But then if you have sharp, it goes straight into the.
So that one isn't crying now. You're not going to cry.
No, it's sharp enough, man. It's sharp.
Don't do that.
Come on, I'm a chef, yeah.
No,
I'm a chef.
I want to
I know how
see
to do
you.
this.
Like, have you seen how well
When
he
they-
does? Yeah, he does that.
Do that thing. Do it for TV.
Do that thing.
Come on, don't make me shy.
Do it for TV.
Come on,
Come on. I hope you
come
know how to
on.
do this.
No, I'm not. I'm not.
All right.
I'm not gonna do that.
Come on.
It's okay, Hope. It's okay. I feel you,
Yeah.
man. All right, cool. So the idea now is we're going to season our steak. So what I've got for you, while I'm busy doing this, you can start. I've got some curry powder.
Wait, when you say you can start,
You're gonna season this for me, right? It's super easy. You got this. Okay, some curry powder, because you got that's where the curry element comes in. About half of that on the meat, because you can see we're ready for the heater. So you gotta like be on this now.
Okay,
And then
all
we've
right.
got some more chili
What do
powder.
you mean
Just
by
quickly.
no, your microphone's
Okay,
still
no,
on the
I'll
thing.
keep
You've got
this
to
on.
keep
Let
the
me do
jacket
this,
on.
let me do
Okay.
this.
Okay.
It's fine. You got this. And
Okay.
then some extra chili flakes.
So what am I doing? Just rubbing all these
Does he have to
spices
massage it
onto
in?
it.
You're gonna massage it in
Okay.
there. About half of each of those three.
Okay.
Okay.
Cool.
All right.
You ready?
So
I
grab
mean-
this and then just sprinkle it
No,
on.
you're gonna be here forever. Just be like
Okay.
there. Just like
You
that.
know what? You should have actually just gotten me to do that while he massages me.
See,
I feel like that
Or-
would have been
that I can do.
Or we can have a moment where we can kind of put it in the middle there, and the both of you can kind of do it together.
All right.
All right.
Let's do this. 2 hands.
Oh, boy.
I mean, 4 hands is better than. Can I
Don't
put
worry,
it
it's
here?
totally cool there. It's cold. That's the cold side of our stove.
So we just kind of mix all the spices together.
Yeah,
Let's
go
keep going.
for it. A
And
bit of
let's make
salt
them
and
very
pepper.
spicy. The spicier,
Yeah.
the better.
Yeah. Okay.
Some salt and pepper.
There you
Okay,
go.
cool. You want some background music for okay? No, never mind. You got this. You got this. You got this.
What spices are these, by the way?
Right.
You
So
just kinda-
curry spice, some ground chili, and then some chili flakes
So
as
is
well.
this very burny?
Yeah, no, you know it's not that burning. It's not that burning.
Well, for me, but for poor Lunga over here.
It's
I mean-
winter, guys. It's winter. You need that burnness.
It's beginner level. It's fine.
Okay.
And then salt and pepper. Now, Lunga, I want you to stand back because that looks perfectly good to go into the pan.
Okay.
When you're putting the steak in, very important what you're doing. Now, remember, there's a bit of moisture in this meat.
Yeah.
Right? There's natural moisture in there.
Yeah.
When you add it to the hot pan,
Why are
Jeannie,
you
are you
running
right?
away, dude?
All right, okay, Jeannie?
Scared.
Yo, man.
You put it
The
down.
space makes money, bro. Like.
You can use tongs, but I mean, we're not doing that. Just drop it away from yourself.
Okay.
That way, if any oil does splash, it's
Okay.
going to splash on our camera guys.
All right.
All right.
Or
I'm just
we could
joking.
just-
We love you. We love you.
Yeah,
No, no.
do that.
Oh, we could just do that.
You could, but then you know what the problem is?
Yes.
By the time you've added that last one, your first one is so cooked through already.
Good, yeah.
Yeah, come. We're not here for a haircut.
All right, cool. You guys are doing it. So we're gonna keep on sealing this. Those onions are amazing, and I like that you did a rough chop on them, not the long chop. Again, a long chop of onion means you're pulling out
And
strands.
Clem
of
kind of
onion.
loop them around like that.
Yeah, you go. You guys are doing good. You're winning.
Am I?
Yeah.
Oh
Okay.
my goodness.
So once it's nice and brown, we're gonna add
Smells
the
nice.
onions. You guys are doing great. Everything. I like that you seasoned the stove with the curry spice.
You know, collateral damage happens. Right?
Yeah. I feel like we make a very good team in the kitchen.
I'm
'Cause
winning.
You listen to everything I say. It's
Isn't it
amazing.
nice? We're just chilling. I'm
It's
cool.
a skill, guys. Listening is a skill.
I'm just waiting for the cleanup time.
All right, you guys.
Okay, then what?
Okay, cool. Onions are gonna go in. I think we can actually add those now already.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure we got some nice color on there.
Can we do that for you?
Once the onions are
Okay.
soft, we're gonna go in with our.
Where's the teamwork here? I'm holding this for you.
I will hold it for you and you do the rest. I just
you
need the
winning?
shields
Alright.
from all the...
There we go, all of it.
You
so
are
basically-
such a girl. Look at her, right? Moving away.
Wow,
So
that
that
face
he
is important.
Okay. Basically, we're making a curry with our seared steak.
Okay.
I'm gonna add some.
He just doesn't want his makeup to get steamy over here.
All right, cool.
Okay.
So that's gonna keep on simmering. I'm gonna go in with the garlic.
Are we gonna make the onion, what's the term you like using? Browning? Is the onion gonna be browning?
But you've done this before, though.
Am I
even
turning
your
the steak
terminology.
around?
Yes, you are.
I watch a lot of TV.
Do you? Yeah. Okay.
If you learn to do this, maybe
Yeah.
you'll be
So then we just...
like quite a catch.
There we go. This one. You.
Okay, that one, yeah? Can I put this aside?
You can pop it right here.
Yeah. All right, cool.
Okay, that's
Look at
amazing.
that.
You're doing such a good job.
I hope I'm attractive now. Am I a bit more attractive?
And just don't stay too much. It needs to cook.
Hold on. I'm just making sure it's also covered in its onions. There we go.
Right.
Okay, perfect. Should we take a quick break while this browns? Let's quickly do a quick recap about what we've done.
Yeah.
Because it looks like we've done a lot, but we've actually done very, very little.
True story. Okay. So we seasoned that meat perfectly with those amazing spices that you recommended in your book. That went into a screaming hot pan. The steak and the onions are now simmering together. We're going to add some tomato sauce during the ad break.
Yeah.
When we come back, we're going to finish this guy off. We're going to fry some chips off, and we're going to put this guy together.
Okay.
All right, the Great Gatsby on the Afternoon Express cook along today. And usually I say that this smells really good, but today it's this that's smelling really good. We'll be right back after the break. Welcome back to Afternoon Express, and of course it's our Tuesday cook along. Now, why don't you do the honors of telling everybody about our fabulous recipe?
Oh, it says recipe punch. Should I do that? I'm kidding, guys. To get today's recipe and shopping list sent directly to your phone, simply SMS the keyword EAT to 33650. SMSs are 150 each, and no free SMSs apply.
So talented.
You know, all have a
Thank
star heart.
goodness you can do that, because your cooking, actually your cooking's good. You've done
okay.
good.
It's
You've done
smelling
very
good.
well.
Smelling
Okay.
Those spices, I think
Yeah.
they actually get into my senses right now.
How delicious are those spices? Okay, so what was in there? Chili, curry powder.
Curry powder.
What was the third one?
The third one, chef.
Cayenne pepper.
Cayenne pepper.
Which is just chilies that have been ground down to a powder.
Yeah. And then we added the tomato sauce during the break. What is our next step, chefs?
Right, so tomato paste, like the chopped tomato went in there.
Yeah.
Salt and pepper, very important. You want to actually season in layers, season your steak, add a bit of more seasoning when your onions go in. That actually helps them break down and caramelize quickly.
Yeah.
How hot is this plate right now while you're doing all of this?
So I'm going to say it's cross between, it's like medium high.
Okay.
All right, right now, because we've added all those liquids in there, it's not going to be high. If it is going to be high, what's going to happen is you're going to end up scorching all the liquid at the bottom,
Yeah.
trying to evaporate and trying to cook it down. So like a nice medium-high heat.
All right.
Nice.
Cool. Now, on to, let's talk about, okay, what do you need, before we get to the chips, because the oil's busy heating up.
Okay.
When it comes to Gatsby, what's essential? What don't you do?
Okay, what don't you do? Man, Gatsby, there's nothing like you don't do. If whatever you love eating, you do it, man. Just put it in there, chuck it in there, and then enjoy your meal.
So what
You
do you
know what we don't have here, which I recommend, or I think would have been the perfect addition to this Gatsby? The cheese, Glenn.
I know. I like it. Okay, I got a bit of a crazy
Surely
Gatsby
there's
thing.
cheese in every Gatsby?
No,
I
not
like
every
cheese in a
Gatsby.
Gatsby. Cheese in a fried egg.
Gee,
I
I
put
would
that
have
protein
totally...
there. But you know, meat, it's that steak, that egg, and that cheese.
Yes.
That is a
I
lot of
would have
calories.
It's a lot. Yo, it's a lot.
That is a lot of calories, guys.
But it's not something you do every weekend.
Yeah,
Even though, I
yeah,
mean, if you do it every weekend, that's fine. It's okay. But we talk about, so what I don't ever add, you see they've got this fancy lettuce on set today,
no,
right?
No fancy stuff.
No
No,
fancy
fancy stuff on
lettuce.
Gatsby. No.
Okay.
It's a comfort meal.
All right. So there's a purpose for the
Okay.
it is, but there's a purpose for the iceberg lettuce, right?
Yeah.
So can you talk us through like why we use iceberg?
Okay, iceberg, it's more crunchier, economical, and yeah.
It looks prettier too.
You like iceberg?
I just like food.
No,
period.
yeah, I'll accept that.
Yeah.
But you must be a really healthy eater because you are like ripped.
Yeah, so there's certain things I just don't eat during the week. So I don't eat sugar, period.
Ever.
So no sugars in food,
Okay, just
no
taking this
sugars.
out, just taking this out quickly, real quick.
No sugars in
Okay.
food, no liquid calories, so I cut down on that. So if I have to have anything sugary,
Yeah.
then it's something like a zero of some sort or a light. But beyond that, it's just a lot of water. And
Are
coffee.
your abs permanently like ab fab?
They have their seasons.
What season are we in now?
Right now we on.
Can I see? Can I be the judge?
We on.
Ah, we're in ab season.
We here and there. I had a friend
absolutely
who's
fabulous.
always in ab season.
Well, look,
so we
you
taught him how
gave
to
me
do
a
it.
peek, but now you've got to give.
I have to do this here?
Yeah.
Yeah, so.
You got to give that big
Yeah,
boy over
that's-
there.
we're
Look.
okay. We're
Yeah.
getting there.
Yeah. So is that's middle?
That's middle of the.
I can't even speak.
yeah.
I'm quick out of that.
It's on 5-2 mode. In the summer, maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then what does that look like in the sun?
Oh my goodness, Jeannie. What else are you making?
Okay, now time for the chips,
What
guys.
season are your abs in?
Comfort.
Oh, her fancy
Comfort.
is teasing you.
Comfort.
I mean, honestly, if you see a chef that's extremely ripped or skinny,
no, that's wrong.
I think
That's
think
wrong.
again.
That's
Think again.
wrong.
You know what I
That's
mean?
so wrong.
Man's either not eating his food or his food's not that good. So I'm like,
He doesn't have the time. He's always.
nah.
Nah.
All right. Okay,
Yeah.
I'm feeling better about myself. I'm feeling better about myself. All right.
Okay, let's kill the bromance and discuss the iceberg lettuce, if you
Okay,
don't mind.
chef, how's your oil doing? Can we test it for the chips?
Okay, is this for the chips?
So you give it a test quickly, and
Yeah. Let's take. Can I test with one chip?
Yeah.
Oh,
Oh, there you go.
Yeah, it's good.
That's working.
Okay.
now what do I do?
who's
Throw
gonna
them
do-
all in?
Yeah.
wait,
not all of
yeah,
them.
that's a good question. So what is a safe way of doing this? Just check it all in or
No. A right portion amount, handful, just put it in there. It comes on the oil as well, okay?
You're quite nervous in the kitchen.
No, it's because what happened is
Yeah.
when I was younger, I actually saw my mom frying something. So the image of her getting oil splats all over her chest kind of still stuck in my
Oh,
mind.
really?
Yeah.
Sorry about that.
Yeah. That's the one?
A little bit, a little
I
bit more.
think we might be reliving a childhood
Thank you.
trauma of his.
Okay, we're okay.
That's enough. That's enough. Let's let it
Sure.
Is that good enough?
Yeah. You don't want to overload it because then you don't have enough heat. Your oil from your heat from the oil is gonna decrease.
Yo, this cooking thing is so complicated, guys.
But
You
I
know,
feel
it's so
like-
much easier in my house. I literally just pick up my phone and the food is there. I don't understand what all of this is. This is a lot.
I don't know. It's crazy, but it also becomes like an event, right? Spending
Yeah.
time in the kitchen. So I like it. I love it.
Okay, so you got the big roll.
Chef, can I get some mayonnaise? We're not going to do butter, all right? Okay, you can do butter. The mayonnaise, it's got a purpose just for like to kind of complement the vegetables that we got going on in there. And also, we're not going to toast our buns. We're going to make hamburgers.
You
the
know
oil-
that mayonnaise is just egg and oil, right?
I like it. Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, okay. Yeah.
It's also delicious.
Okay, so you don't eat mayonnaise, but I know now, okay? So, no mayonnaise, okay? What would you use instead of mayonnaise? A bit of yogurt?
We just eat this the way it is.
There we go.
Actually, egg and oil isn't that bad for you. Eggs are protein, and if you use the right oil Also not bad for you.
Yeah,
Just saying.
absolutely. Cool.
Like
So,
extra version.
Cheapest guys. We try to
Don't
find
make me-
excuses, baby.
no, there's so many health benefits in olive oil. I mean, let's be real right now.
Yeah.
So, I mean, and they've been using that since Jesus' time. He's amazing.
Yeah.
Olive oil.
Okay.
Okay, cool.
All right.
So now, tomatoes going on, nice thick slices.
Okay.
Right.
You good?
And then we're going to go straight into, from here, we're going to go masala steak and
Yeah.
then chips. All right.
Oh, I definitely
So
wanna
wait,
see
so
what
are
that
the
looks
chips
like.
not on the side? The chips are also inside.
Yes.
Okay, all right.
All right,
Learning
cool.
something new
Oh,
every day.
yes.
So now I need to have some alone time with the cameras off while I do this, because I don't want you to see me. I see how
Okay.
emotional I get while I do this.
Okay.
So I'm going to keep on stacking during the ad break, and when we come back, it's going to be on the counter.
I must be honest, this definitely looks like one of the healthiest Gatsbys I've ever seen, and definitely one of the tastiest. Thank you so much, Chef. I can't wait for these fries to be thrown on because, fries over guys any day. We'll be right back after the break.
Are we just gonna make sure it's right?
With a trip to New York City worth 150,000 Rand as first prize, Lancewood SA's #1 cream cheese is so close to crowning the nation's #1 cake. Recipes have been posted from every kitchen in the land. And come July 5th, celebrity judges Zola Nene, Jay Something and Lorna Maseku will host the 3 finalists in a live cake-off on SABC3's Espresso Morning Show to decide who will bake it all the way to the Big Apple. Bring your confectionery to life with Clover condensed milk. Made with love by Clover.
Welcome back to Afternoon Express, and now we're on to the next recipe of the day, which is dessert. Cloverful cream sweetened condensed milk contains the goodness of dairy and is delicious for baking and really decadent desserts. And on our cook along today, it is the star ingredient in a scrumptious chocolate Rocky Road fudge brownie. It's certainly set to impress your dinner party guests and will please any sweet tooth. Now, to get this recipe sent to your device, SMS Clover to 33650. Clem, that is outstanding.
It's crazy.
How do we make
crazy.
them?
I can't even take credit for that. That is our Gail's amazing recipe. You know, she's got
Yes.
quite a sweet tooth. She comes up with the most craziest sweet treats, and this is one of her best, okay?
Yeah.
Let's talk about what goes into it. So it's chocolate, Rocky Road, fudge, brownie. Let's talk about that brownie base first. So in here, I've got some eggs and I've got some sugar. You know you're on the right track when you start off eggs and sugar. Cool. Next, butter chocolate, all right? Just over a bain-marie or double boiler, which is exactly what this is.
Yeah.
A pot with a little bit of water and it's just steaming.
So you just steam the chocolate,
Just
in other
steam
words.
the chocolate.
You see, steaming is always good for you. Steam your vegetables and steaming your chocolate is always a good idea
Exactly.
as
There is a rule when it comes to steaming chocolate or cooking chocolate.
Yeah.
It's always done at low temperatures. Quite
Okay.
poetic. Chocolate
Okay.
melts in the hand of a child, not on the stove. Keep that in mind. So it's like, that's how gentle it has to be.
well. Clem, that was quite romantic of you,
I
actually.
think so, yeah.
I'm
I
seeing you in a
tried.
very different
I tried.
light.
Well, after you said Lunga's
Who's
name like that, I'm just trying to up my game because you were like,
Forgotten
yes.
about him already, don't
Oh,
worry.
okay, win. All right, cool. So into our eggs and sugar goes our chocolate butter
Yeah.
mixture.
Yes.
And I'm going to keep the bowl
Do you want me to mix that for you?
Yeah, please. There we go.
See.
We're not going to waste this. Someone will come and fetch it. I know exactly who that person is. Steve-O. I see you over there. Yeah, that's for you. So mix it all together really nicely. Then, right now, what you can do is actually take a little bit of flour and mix it through. You actually get like a fondant mixture.
Okay.
Just by the way. So this
is that
quite
what we're going to do?
It's quite a basic recipe. But
Okay.
instead of adding a little bit of flour, we're going to add all of it.
Okay. Why?
Mix, 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 because we want a more cakey texture to it.
Okay.
Not as
But
light.
a fondant brownie isn't a bad idea.
I
as
mean,
well to
next week,
say.
we're going to try that recipe out. Cool. So that's,
Okay.
that's our chocolate cake batter.
Okay.
The difference between a chocolate cake and a chocolate brownie is how long you cook it.
Oh, wow.
So cook it for like 10 minutes, you got a nice fudgy texture. Cook it for half an hour, you got a chocolate cake.
Okay.
In with some salted, must be salted, cashew nuts.
Yeah.
Use salted peanuts for this one if you want.
Yeah.
The trick is to have them salted. We know
Yeah.
that salty and sweet go together
Yeah.
perfectly.
If they're not salted, little brownies will be a little insulted.
Yes, they would be. Cool.
Okay,
So
now-
this is the base that we're going to make. So half of this went into a baking tin, and I baked it for 10 minutes, like I said, and it came out looking like this.
Oh, that is that.
This is that.
Okay.
So this is our brownie bit done. Now fudge. Fudge is essentially made out of condensed milk.
Okay.
All right.
Delicious.
This is crazy. This is the stuff of memories, right?
Yeah.
So we have to do it justice when we're doing this fudge brownie now. So we're going to drizzle it over. Can I get some background music? No, it's okay. It's fine. Next time. There we go. Drizzle that over. Thank you.
I don't know why I used that as my background song. It's like, you know, you usually when you phone a call center, then that's the song in the
You
background.
are number 85.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Then chocolate chips going off
Yeah,
all
loads,
over.
loads.
So chocolate chips and condensed milk melted together actually would give you that fudge. So it's going to bake in the microwave. Yes, it actually would work in a microwave.
Not with the foil.
Maybe, no, not with the foil, not at all. Okay, cool. So then give that a sprinkle.
Yeah.
Then the rest of our batter would go over.
Okay.
And then it would go back to the oven.
Okay, so there's that thing in the middle. Okay, now I see what you're
Yeah,
doing. Wow,
hidden
that is
centers.
delicious.
So give it a nice, spread it out, a little bang, just to make sure no air bubbles in there. It goes back into the oven and it comes out looking like that. Oh, sorry, the vanilla, yes. Do add your vanilla to your cake mixture. And then just finish it off with some marshmallows. You got to have marshmallows in there. And you get to brulee under the grill. Extra chocolate.
I mean, it's just so fascinating to stare at. And because of that little toffee caramelly bit, it's going to be quite chewy when
It's
you
going to
hit
be
that.
very chewy.
Wow, that's delicious. Amazing. Thank
Winter-
you so much,
winter
Clem.
done, yeah.
I love it. That's my winter. Now, it doesn't really get much better than this. Remember, if you would like to make this recipe at home, SMS Clover to 33650. And if you missed any of the steps, here's a quick recap.
Made with love by Clover.
Yeah, it's good. We've had so much fun with actor and TV personality Lunga Shabalala today, but we are not done with him yet. Head over to our social media platforms and let us know. Like, imagine here to be cast in a superhero film or an action film. Which superhero or action film character would you like to see Lunga as? Tweet us at Afternoon Chat using the official hashtag Afternoon Express. We'll be right back.
Bring your confectionery to life with Clover condensed milk. Made with love by Clover.
Express yourself.
With a trip to New York City worth 150,000 Rand as first prize, Lancewood SA's #1 cream cheese is so close to crowning the nation's #1 cake. Recipes have been posted from every kitchen in the land. And come July 5th, celebrity judges Zola Nene, Jay Something and Lorna Maseku will host the 3 finalists in a live cake-off on SABC3's Espresso Morning Show to decide who will bake it all the way to the Big Apple.
Welcome back to Afternoon Express, and it's meal time again. Thank you so much for joining us in the kitchen and for whipping up quite a mega feast.
You're welcome. You're welcome. It was a lot of hard work, but we got there eventually. I think this was probably the easiest meal I've made thus far.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Wait until you taste that. You're going to have to make today your cheat day.
Okay. I see a lot of sugar in that.
I know.
Oh, my goodness.
So, I mean, do you feel like there's a lot of pressure on you being one of the sexiest men in Mzansi?
Not really, hey. I feel as if you start letting that hype get to your head, then it starts becoming pressure. For me, it's just always been a case of you want to live healthy, and this is the body that I've been given, so I just continue to live in it. They always say that it's the only vehicle you're going to have for the rest of your life, so just take care of it. Like, make sure the oil is right, the tires are good. You know what I mean, right?
Yeah, take over it, man. Take over.
We just see people now, okay, you get nothing. You get nothing. You get nothing.
So it's never been about being a sex symbol or anything like that at all.
But you have had a lot of, like, I think you're very conscious of being taken seriously.
Yeah.
Where, you know, obviously there's this thing, the hashtagging on Twitter, pretty privilege.
Yes.
Do you think people all of a sudden, or automatically have some kind of assumption on who you are and who they think that you are before? I mean, do people take you seriously? I take you seriously.
Here's the thing, right?
I take you very seriously.
Good-looking people will always have that thing about them that, no, you got this job because of the way you look.
Do you believe that?
In any environment that happens,
I probably got my job because of the way I look.
No, you got your job because you work hard and you actually worked on your skill of presenting certain things.
Yeah.
Do you know how many models are in Cape Town? Are they all on this show right now? Are they all on radio? Do you know how many models are in Joburg? How many of them are on TV and presenting shows and acting? Like, it's a lot of hard work that goes into this. The way you look does help, but it's not the fundamental reason to why you're here.
So, I haven't got any idea of what kind of superhero I would be, but we are asking people on social media that if they had to want you to be any kind of superhero or any one of those characters to be cast in a film, which one would you be? So which one can you see yourself being?
It's a tricky one, because I always wanted to wear my underwear over my pants and people be okay with that.
Nobody would say no if you had to do that.
Like, just do it.
Yeah.
But I was watching Black Panther and I was like, yo, Wakanda forever, guys.
Yes.
I would love to Wakanda forever as well on TV and get paid to do it.
So actually, the majority of people on social media did pin you as Black Panther. But now we've got a call. Actually, we've got Lucy from PE who's called us now and I think wants to speak to you. Lucy, hi, how are you? Oh, no, we lost Lucy. Sorry.
Oh, no.
Sorry, Lucy. He was very keen to chat to you as well. What is going on here?
All right. So thank you again for this recipe. I mean, you took Athlone Classics, where it originated from. We're doing our own little version of it today. I actually realized why they wrap it up so tightly and why it's actually still fine when you get home. The trick is actually we don't toast the bun.
Yeah.
So while it's in there with the hot chips and that hot steak, it's actually steaming the bun, making the bun even softer. That's why we don't toast the bun, which I think is really, really smart. So thank you to the original Gatsby today. We're just going crazy with this and cut in 4. I mean, whatever falls over on the side, that's all just for
I'm
anybody.
assuming that the knife and fork is just for decorations, like you just go fingers deep here, right?
You do. I mean, you got to get messy with it. I mean, a lot of times you're eating this on the bonnet over a car. You're sitting there with your 2-liter Clover Tropica. That's tradition. Normally there's no glasses. It's 4 straws.
Okay.
4 straws on a Gatsby. That's how you do it.
But we don't have straws anymore because we're saving the planet.
We're saving the planet.
Okay. I want the verdict.
Right.
Let me see how good my cooking is.
Lunga, eat carbs. Take a big bite, big boy. Ooh. Sure, that wasn't a top billing bite. Was it good?
Okay. Can I eat?
Comment.
I am such a good chef, guys.
Okay, but what does it need, or is it perfect? Do you think it's a perfect flavor combination? Because I said I would have put cheese on here.
I'm not a fan of cheese, eh?
Aren't you really?
No, I'm not. I'm not. This is fine the way it is.
It's so weird. I don't know if I trust
Maybe
anyone who doesn't eat
chilies.
cheese.
Maybe a bit more
And it's
chilies.
more heat, a little bit more heat. I go with
Yeah.
it. But this is an amazing recipe. But I hope, honestly, that people need to go get your book. If this is in your book, I mean, this is really
John
Is this in
14,
your
every bookstore. Yeah. Get it.
Oh, amazing. Okay. I can't wait to tuck into this. Tomorrow on the show, we actually tackle a very serious issue in South Africa. Teen suicide is on the rise, and we'll be chatting to Daryl Brown, who lost both of his legs in an attempted suicide. After turning his life around, he's now a motivational speaker and uses his story to inspire others. You have to watch the story tomorrow. It's going to be really, really beautiful and I think really inspiring. I think kids are under so much stress and so much pressure nowadays, so whatever we can do to help them. All right, thank you so much for being on the show. Hope, thank you for this really amazing recipe.
Yeah.
Clem, thank you for making my winter. You know you're going to have one of these as well.
In my head.
You know, not in your
In
head,
my
in
head.
real life.
We'll do it then, yeah. Well, you will bite, you will chew, and I'll
Hold him that side, I'll hold him that
Yeah, we're
side.
just
Guys, thank you so much for being on the show. Mwah, so much love, and thank you so much for watching. We'll be back again tomorrow, same time, same place. Until then, good night and happy eating. Afternoon Express. Made with love by Clover.
Another feel-good production.